So, students, as you see in my screen, as you see in my screen, these are the content things. There are the content things. And how many practical is there? Total 15 practical is there. Total number of 15 practical is there. So, if total 15 practical is there. So, we discuss all the practical one by one. So, here you see our first practical. We talk about our first practical, which is measurement measurement of discharge using air box. Measurement of discharge using air box. Okay. So today we discuss this practical. Okay. So here our practical number one, that is the measurement of discharge of air using air box. So first we discuss what is the practical significance for that particular practical. What you able to what you able to perform after conducting this practical. After conducting this practical, so a student will have to perform test of the reciprocating air compressor. Air box means we going to use the air compressor. What is the meaning about the air box? Where we can store the air. In normal word, box is used for storing the object. Box is used for storing the object. So air box means we can store the air. Like geometry box, a word is geometry box is there. What we store in geometry box? Geometrical tools like pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener, protector. All these things we can store in the geometry box. Similarly, we talk about the air box. So what we store in the air box? That is the air. So where we store the air, that is the air compressor. Okay. And here we talk about the reciprocating air compressor. So all the students, you can know this air compressor in your basic mechanical engineering subject or your mechanics. Now we come here. So air compressor, where we compress the air. Air compressor is the word, means a device which compress the air and store the air. Store the compressed air. Compressor is compress. What we compress? We compress the area. We compress the area of the air. Okay. So like 1 cubic air is present in the one room, one big room, and we compress this 1 cubic air in a 1 meter cube. Then what is the difference when we compress the air? Then what happens? Pressure is increased. When we compress anything, then the pressure energy is stored in the form of compression. Okay, and when we release, then what happens? The velocity, pressure is decreased, so then velocity is increased. That is the ratio. So what the student will have to perform a test of reciprocating air compressor, IC engine, measurement of conductive heat transfer coefficient. That is our aim. In all these cases, calculation of air flow rate at the inlet. These case calculated inlet of this device is important. Students shall be able to calculate these flow rates, which is expand in meter cube per second. Meter cube per second. That is unit. Meter cube per second. Means what is the meaning of meter cube per second? Means in 1 second, how much air of balloon is transferred or discharged from your air box. Understand? In 1 second, how much air balloon will discharge from air box means reciprocating air compression. That is the meter cube per second. What is the meter cube means? Meter cube is the unit of volume. Okay. So within 1 second, how much air will discharge from the air box? So here what we see. So here you can see 11 program outcome. So what do we gain from the program outcome? You know there is a 12, sorry, 8 program outcome. So we get the basic knowledge. Apply the knowledge of basic mathematics, science, and basic engineering to solve the board-based electrical engineering problem. Experimental and practices. Plan to perform experiment and practices to use just to solve the board-based electrical problem. So that is our the PO3, PO1. What is the PO8? Individual and teamwork. Okay. So practical is always performed in teams because we divide the number of events on the practical. Okay. So what is the competency of the skill? This practical is expected to develop the following skill to the industry identification. So here, see what we can see. Relevant course of use first class thermodynamics. Here we are going to use the first class thermodynamics for ideal gas in closed system. For ideal gas to closed system. Why we call the ideal gas? Because compressed air behave like a ideal gas. Compressed air is behave like a ideal gas. So what is the we going to use thermodynamics first law for ideal gas to closed system, and box we know the air box, and what is the air box? This is the air compressor, and it is closed vessel where compressed air is stored. So we are going to use thermodynamics first now for the ideal gas in the closed system. What is the practical outcome? Determination of the actual volume per second at the suction of the reciprocating air compression. Okay. So what is the main theoretical background we have to know before performing this practical? So what we should know before performing this practical is equation of state can be equation of state can be used to calculate the density of the air. So we have to know the equation how to calculate density of the wire, sorry, density of the air. Okay, this give a this give a this give relation between pressure, volume, and temperature. Means pressure P, volume P, and temperature T. So we get a relation between pressure P, volume V, and temperature. So for this, for these, we get for ideal gas because compressor behave like and the it to ideal gas and not air. So the approximate can be used with air compressor IC engine to calculate the storage of air and the inlet of the storage. The first law is question. What is the energy to the energy situation? Like orifice. What is the orifice? Anyone can tell what is the orifice? Students, anyone can tell what is so students, anyone can tell what is the orifice? Anyone have answer? What is the orifice? Okay, so orifice is a device used for measure the discharge. Maybe it is the water discharge or the gaseous discharge. But here we going to use the orifice for measure the gas discharge or air discharge. Okay, so yeah, this is our this is our circuit diagram. Means where we going to perform. So see here this is our orifice. This is our orifice air in. Okay, so what happened here? You can see air in through this orifice, and this is our air box. This is whole is our air box. So here we can use the orifice. This is our orifice. Through the orifice, air is inside the box. Now, air is suction to device. So, from the air box, air is sucked by the device. And here, what is that? This is the manometer. Why we use manometer? To measure the pressure. To measure the pressure in the form of head. In the form of head. So here, what we going to see? HW. So and HI. So here two heads is there. HW, HI, which is sorry. So which is we going to measure from the manometer. So manometer is device by which we going to measure the pressure in the form of head. Means pressure in the form of mm, a meter. What are the resources required for this practical? So see, what are the resources we required for this practical? So resources required is reciprocating air compressor test ring. So this is our test ring. Okay. Suggested board specification means there are suggestions. We can use the different parameters, but first 10 bar pressure, and this is the RPM, speed of the engine. Quantity 1. So here what happened? 1, 2, 3, 3 column is here. So we can change these parameters, means change pressure and speed, and we can get the different reading. What precautions we have to take during the practical? So first, stay from the rotating component. Means what? We have to stay away, means proper and safe distance from the reciprocating engine. Okay. Checking oil level in the compressor before it starts. Means the proper oiling is most important. So we have to check the oil level, proper sufficient oil level is available or not before starting the test. Now procedure. See, start the compressor, run it till tank pressure become 2 bar. Okay. We can start the compressor and wait till pressure is increased up to 2 bar. Okay. Open air exit valve so that tank pressure will not rise further. So open air exit valve. So our compressor is running now, and we wait till 2 bar pressure is reached. So further pressure is not increases. For that reason, we can open the air exit valve. So can pressure is become constant. Pressure is become constant. Okay. So take manometer readings. Take manometer readings means we can say this is SW1. Okay. Now calculate the air flow rate meter cube per second. Repeat the same pressure for increment of 2 bar steps. Okay. So what happened? So what is the procedure? We start the engine. First step, we start the engine. Then we wait till pressure is reached 2 bar. Okay, pressure is reached 2 bar. So on that, we open the exit valve. So what happens? The pressure is become constant. Pressure is not increased. At that point, you take the manometer reading. Okay, and calculate the flow rate, and we can repeat this for the pressure increment of 2 bar. Means first step we take 2 bar. Okay, second step we take 4 bar. Third reading we take 6 bar. Fourth reading we can take 8 bar, and fifth we take 10 bar. Okay, so here we get the 5 different readings. We get the 5 different readings for the same procedure. Applying the same procedure, we get the 5 different readings. Okay, so here what resources we use. This is there is suggestion, and there is what resources we going to actual reading when we perform the practical. So see here, the maximum pressure is 10 bar. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So we get 5 readings. Now, whatever the actual procedure we apply, we write here. Now, this is the observation. See, 1, 2 bar. What is the reading of H1, H2, H1, H2? What is the H1, H2? Okay, this is H1, this is H1, H2, H1, H2. So every pressure, we get the H1, H2. Okay. So here, here we get H1, H2, and what is HW? H1 minus H2. H1 minus H2. So here, for the we get I take some value like 3, 2.8, 2.8, 2.5, 3.2, 3.1, 3.5, 2.8, H1 value, H2 value, H1 value, H2 value, and now we're going to calculate the HW. This is 0.8 for this. How much this? 0.3 is there for this reading. 0.1 is there for this reading. 0.7 is there. Okay, so this is HW. So now for the air is the ideal gas using the state to find out the density of the air. We need this value only. Okay. Now this is PAVA equal to MRTA, means air pressure, air volume, and temperature of the air. M and R is the constant. M and R is the constant. M is the mass flow rate, and R is the discharge constant. So QA means discharge of the air equal to M divided by V equal to P divided by RTA, meter cube per kg, meter cube per kg. This is the Q. Okay. Now HAQ equal to HWQW. Okay. So here, what is A naught area of the surface? Pi r square. Means whatever the surface we going to use, that is the some diameter. Okay. So if the diameter is 10 mm, okay, but we going to calculate these things in meters. The diameter is 10, then what happens? B equal to 10, so R equal to 5. And if we convert to meter, mm into meter, then what happens? 0.005. Okay, that is convert to meter. Means in 1 meter there is 100 millimeter. So we convert this into the millimeter. So how? 0.005 millimeter. So here we put the what is the pi, and value is 0.005 square. Okay, so that is the thing. Now this is the formulas we going to we going to apply for this particular practical. Okay, u1, what is the u? U is the initial velocity of the air. P1 v1, P1 is the v1 is the initial value. Okay, sorry, v1 is the final value, means first reading. Okay, capital B1 is the initial value divided by 2. Z1 is nothing but it is the head. G is gravitational coefficient, and Q, and same for the point 2. This is in reading. This is for the input point, and this is for the output point. This is for the input point, and this is for the output point. So this is for the in, and this is for the out. This is for the out. Okay. So we're going to reduce this. Q equal to 0, W equal to 0, U1 minus U2 equal to 0, U1 minus U2 equal to 0. When it's from this side, means this is out, this is 0, W is 0. Okay, Z1G minus Z2G, means this and this becomes 0. How much value is it? P1 B1, B1 square divided by 2, V2 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 square by 2. These two term is left. That is here. That is here. So we get this final formula. Multiplying both sides by 1 by g. So and v equal to 1 upon q. Okay. So first we multiply the and this is we apply these function means divide by 1 by g and v equal to 1 upon q. So here 1 upon q. So we get p1 upon qg. v2 square. Here we get p square and v square. So we get this formula now. Okay. Now HA, air height, neglecting V1 because the V1 value is very small. So here from this equation, we get what is the value of V2. So here we can say V2 square equal to HA divided by 2g. Okay, we remove this square sign here. So what happens? We get this value V2 equal to under root 2gha. Okay. So here, what is next? Now, discharge of the air. Our main focus and main aim is this discharge of the air. Q, we have to find out Q. And some book represent the Q dot for the discharge air. Q dot discharge air. So, what is the constant area is area is so constant, only variable is V2. Variable is V2 and V2 depend on the HA because 2G is the constant. 2 is the constant number and G is the gravitational coefficient, means that is the constant. So if here we can put the value, discharge here is denoted by VACA into 2GH. So we put the value V2 from here. Now V equal to CD A naught under root 2GH. That is our formula, and here we get the discharge. That is our final value. Now we go for the result. So the result is we can calculate, means this is 3, this is 3.5, this is 4, and this is 4.5. This is not calculated, but I just give you a number for the calculate. Okay. So how we going to average them? So we can add 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 10 plus 4 is 14 and 14 plus 1 is 15. 15 divided by 4. 15 divided by 4. So that is the 15 divided by 4 is the average discharge. The average discharge for the practical performance. Okay. Now, students, these are the questions you have to write. Write the equation of state and state meaning of all terms involved with the unit. If pressure of atmosphere changes, what will be effect on balloon flow rate at the inlet compression? Okay. And next, what are the unit of pressure mentioned on the previous conversion back to the convert them in air? So these three questions you have to write in this practical. For the reference, there is give some link. Copy now option is not there. I show a video right now. So here the video measuring air supply or airflow rate. See, first you
will be
go to the
perfectly
video.
equipped for taking measurement, apply and exhaust air outlets of a room ventilation system with the Testo 417 vane anemometer. It can be combined with two funnels, allowing volume flow measurement at grills and diffusers, and thanks to the Testovent 417 volume flow straightener, it is also suitable for swirl outlets. But the right equipment is only half the job. In this video, we will show you how to measure correctly, apply air, exhaust air, swirl outlets, turbulent flows.
What is for the distance? This is some issue for the internet. So this is
Use properly supply air outlet. When measuring at the supply air outlets, take into account that different flow rates occur at the outlet area because of the air outlet grill. This is why the vent is moved across the ventilation grill
where
and
we
loose.
going to measure the outlet airflow.
The Testo
By
417
this
automatically
device,
generates a
and here
time
is the-
gain value. In the process, make sure not to block the air outlet unnecessarily, because any flow resistance affects the measurement result. The best method is to move the vane across the grill for the distance of 5 meters.
This
Veins
is
with
round
100
way,
meter
right?
diameter are better suited
How
to
we
measuring
going
than
to
instruments with
measure them?
smaller veins. The flow values are greater
By
than average for a
using
larger
device.
area.
That is
Integrating the
so
same
in
area with a
other
slow
data.
vane takes significantly longer. The Testo 417, when used with the optional measurement funnels, allows you to measure at standard
is
supply
another
air
device
outlets with more
by
accuracy and speed.
which we're
This is
going to
because
measure
you have to
the
make sure
airflow
the
rate.
cross-section of the ventilation outlet is traversed at a constant speed with the looping method. With the funnel, on the other hand, the different air velocities are averaged. Therefore, the funnel allows you to complete measurements faster. This is how you measure properly at the exhaust air outlet. A funnel is required to measure the exhaust air. The reason? There is no directed flow profile available for exhaust air as the air is sucked in funnel-like from the room. This means there is no definable area in the room via which the volume flow can be determined. This challenge is easily solved with the aid of the Testo 417 funnel. This is because the funnel creates defined flow conditions at some distance from the plate outlet in a fixed cross-section. This is how you measure properly at the swirl outlets. Measuring the volume flow accurately at swirl outlets is often a challenging task because the supply air is fed into the room in a circular motion, making an accurate measurement difficult. Why is that? Vanes can only record the flow accurately if the airflow hits the vane vertically. The flow straightener ensures that the airflow passes over the vanes in a single direction.
So student, you are able to see when the airflow is vertically, then we can use this device, this passage, and measure the reading whatever the airflow rate of particular this system when airflow is vertically.
Let's take a closer look at what happens. 1. The direction the swirl rotates is the same as that of the vane. What happens? The flow hits a larger cross-sectional area of the individual blades of the vane. This makes it accelerate too fast. 2. The direction the swirl rotates is the opposite to that of the vane. What happens? The flow passes between the individual blades of the vane. This means it doesn't accelerate properly. Result: an inadequate flow velocity is displayed. What does the flow straightener do now? With the patented Testo Vent 417 flow straightener, any rotational movement of the air is first calmed and changed to a straight flow direction. This directed airflow is then reliably recorded with the vane. That way, the most accurate measurement results are achieved quickly and easily. Let's summarize which measuring tasks you can carry out with the Testo 417. 1. Measure faster at standard supply air outlets. 2. Achieve accurate values at exhaust air outlets. 3. Achieve utmost accuracy at swirl outlets, even with turbulent airflow.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that
Okay,
inspire,
student.
messages that
That
forge
is a-
brighter connections,
This is how we use different device which is shown in here for